Hey, it's an absolute honor to connect with you. Before we begin, I'd love to respectfully ask for your permission to introduce you to our audience because your story, your undefeated record, 24-0, and your achievement as a six national champion truly deserve to be highlighted in a powerful way. Today, we have a very special guest, an undefeated force in women's boxing. She holds a perfect record of 24 wins, 0 losses, and has proven her dominance by becoming a six-time national champion. Her skill, discipline, and mission separate her from the rest. She is not just winning fights, she is building a legacy. Ladies and gentlemen, Shi'ayr Harris. And first questions. Who is Shi'ayr Harris outside the ring?
Um, Outside the ring, I would say that I am a hard worker. And I say that outside of boxing. I work hard with everything I do. I feel as though boxing is the reason that I have the attitude that I feel like I have to work hard with everything that I do because I know that if I feel in the ring, I feel outside the ring.
What motivates you every single day?
What did you say?
What motivates you every single day?
One more time. I'm sorry.
Oh. Motivates hard work.
Oh, um, I really do a lot. Like I carry a lot on my shoulders, so I feel like with that, it just carries like throughout my life. Like I walk around with a chip on my shoulder.
When did you realize boxing was your path?
I knew that boxing was for me when I didn't want to do anything else. Like I used to do other sports such as basketball. Tried to do track years ago. It didn't work because it just wasn't. It was too much of a team. Like I like getting in the ring knowing that if I mess up, then it's on me. I didn't like knowing that if in a other sport, in a different sport, that if I messed up or if they messed up, then it fell back on all of us.
How do you handle pressure before big fights?
Um, I feel like boxing is a mental thing. So mentally, I try my best to stay out of everybody's way. And what I mean by that is on fight days, I stay to myself and I make sure that I'm focused on my opponent because that's what's next for me.
What's your biggest mental strengths?
Um, I would say knowing that I have to keep going.
And from the very beginning, every champion has a story. Some start from nothing, others are pushed by destiny. The first steps in boxing are always the hardest. They shape you mentally and your future. Every punch, every matters at the stage. Fans always love to hear where it began, and your journey is especially interesting. How did your boxing journey start?
Um, I started boxing at the age of 12, a month away from turning 13. Um, I was playing basketball every day from 9 a.m. to like 6 p.m. I would do it every day over the summer. I got a call one day. They was like, "Hey, it's a boxing gym around the corner. It's something that I would like for you to try." So I went in, and with it being all boys, I wasn't so like comfortable off rip, but as I kept going, I've gotten comfortable, and I just kept going from there. I never stopped.
Behind every great fighter, there is usually someone important: a coach, a parent, a mentor, someone who believed first. That person can change everything. Sometimes one moment defines a whole life. Support at the beginning is crucial. It builds confidence and direction. Your story must have that person too. Who introduced you to the sport?
My mother, my mother.
What was your first fight like?
Uh, my first fight was amazing actually. At the time I didn't know that later the the person who was like in control of my first fight would later be my coach. So I think that my first fight was very personal to me. But my first fight was amazing. I had stopped my opponent in the first round, first 45 seconds.
Oh, great. Some fighters are good, but some are special. There is always a moment of realization, a moment when you feel different, when you understand your potential. That moment can change your mindset forever. It builds confidence and belief, and often it starts a champion's path. When did you realize you were special?
Um, I realized I was special when I knew that I was capable of doing everything that I wanted to do. And what I mean by that is that I'm in a position to do everything that I want to do and more. I have a lot of opportunities that I know that I have to take advantage of, and I learned that pretty early. Like I've been boxing for 3.5 years now. I learned that my first 6 months in the boxing. I knew that the people that I was getting connected with were great people. I knew that the opportunities I had ahead of me were amazing.
You did a great job. Every career has a turning point, one fight that changes everything. It can bring confidence or new respect. Sometimes it's a war, sometimes a statement win. Fans always remember those fights. They define a fighter's identity and often their future. What fight changed your career?
I personally think my fight August 7th, King of the Jungle 2026. No, 2025, I'm tripping, I'm sorry. I think that was the fight because it built my fan base. Like a lot of people that I know now, I know them from that fight. A lot of my supporters and the people that support me, they know me from that fight. I feel like that was my best fight because I did what I was supposed to. I walked in the ring with the attitude that I needed. I feel like um, I was where I needed to be in the fight, and I think that got me what I needed to get, and that was the win.
Not all fights are easy, even for champions. Some opponents push you to your limits. They test your heart and your skills. Those fights reveal your true character. They they make you stronger. They stay in your memory forever. Every great fighter has one like that. What's your toughest fight so far?
Um, to be honest, I can't even tell you that I have a toughest fight. I feel like my toughest fight will always be myself. I don't think that there's an opponent that I've stepped into the ring with and I can say that, hey, this was a hard fight for me. If anybody, it was always myself. I feel like every time I step in the ring, whether it was sparring or fights, I feel like I was my toughest opponent because I was fighting myself mentally.
Becoming a champion once is hard, but doing it multiple times is something special. It takes discipline, consistency, and mindset. Winning at the national level repeatedly is not easy. It shows dominate and focus. It proves you belong at the top, and you've done it 6 times. How did you become a sixth national champion?
Um, when I first started boxing, I was always looking at fighters near my weight class that was ranked number one. And I always had the mindset that, Shi'ayr, these fighters aren't better than you. They just got here before you. And that drove me to my personal limit. And what I mean by that is I told myself, like, you got to get this done whether you want to or not. You have to work whether you want to or not. You have to be in the gym whether you want to or not. So me showing up to the gym with that attitude, even on my hard days, like days that I felt like I couldn't do it or days that I genuinely didn't want to do it, that's what kept me going.
Titles are more than just trophies. They teach lessons. What did those titles teach you?
Um, they told me that I'm here now, so I have to stay here. There's a lot of people with me being ranked number one. There's a lot of people who want to be ranked number one. There's a lot of people that's working for the same spot that I'm in. So now that I'm here, I understand that I have to stay here.
You have undefeated record, 24-0. This is cool. This is great. An undefeated record doesn't happen by accident. It requires discipline and smart decisions. Every fight matters. How did you build your undefeated record?
I built my undefeated record upon consistency. I stayed consistent. Whether I wanted to quit or not, I stayed in the gym. My coaches and my mother stayed in my ear, so it helped me. I was around national champions, so being around them made me want to be one. I felt that I felt like if they could do it, I can do it. I'm in the gym with them. I'm putting in the same amount of work they put in, if not more. So if they can do it, I can as well.
Even undefeated fighters face danger. There are moments when everything is on the line. One mistake can change everything. Those moments test your heart. They show your true level. Fans love those stories because they reveal the real fighter. Was there a moment you almost lost?
Um, no, because with the attitude that I have, I know that walking into the ring, if I don't leave my fight in the referee's hands or my opponent's hands, then it's my fight. So I try my best to control the ring every time I get in there to make sure that I'm fighting my fight. So I personally can't. I wouldn't say that.
Easy work.
Yeah, I'll try.
Every fighter has a victory they are most proud of. Not always the biggest one, but the most meaningful one. It could be emotional or personal. Something that stayed with you. Something that defines you. That moment is special. What's your proudest victory?
I'm sorry, I was looking for it while you was talking, but it'd be this national right here. It was 2024. We had went to Richmond, Virginia in December. That was my first time being ranked number one. And not only that, I faced a lot of challenges walking into that national. My auntie passed the week before. It was a lot going on with me mentally. My mom, she had a lot going on. My family had a lot going on. So that and on top of me, like being in the gym with that on my mind, I felt like I didn't put enough work in. But when I got down there, I showed myself different, and I'm proud of myself for that. And I could say that I will always remember that because of the stuff that I went through leading to that fight.
Well done.
I appreciate that.
Training camps are where champions are made. They are tough and exhausting. sometimes even harder than the fights. They tested your discipline, your patience, and your limits. Every fighter has that one brutal camp, the one they will never forget. What's your hardest training camp?
My hardest training camp was 2025 Junior Olympics. It was my hardest training camp because my attitude, I would say that my attitude wasn't there that national. Like training for that, my attitude wasn't there. But I knew that I had to get it done. So me forcing myself to do it, it was hard on me and my coaches because they had to deal with my attitude. So that was definitely the hardest one.
Yes. How did you evolve as a fighter?
Um, my attitude. I knew that I wanted to outwork everybody I was around, and in order to like when it comes to outworking people, you get better through the process. So when I felt like I had to be first with everything, I feel like that got me better and it got me farther.
Mistakes are part of the journey. Even champions make them. But the key is learning. Each mistake builds experience. What mistakes shaped your growth?
Um, a couple mistakes that shaped me was understanding that it's still a team sport at the end of the day. Like as I enter the ring, I'm alone, but when I'm in the gym training, I'm with others. It's not just me. Like they're helping me get better and I'm helping them get better. It's a vice versa thing. So that was very hard for me to understand because I felt as a fighter, whatever happens at practice, it doesn't matter because when I get in the ring, I'm alone. But that's 100% wrong because the stuff that happens at practice is what gets me prepared for what's going to happen in the ring. So I could say one of my biggest mistakes was taking my team for granted at a point in time.
Preparation is everything in boxing. Studying opponents can give you an advantage. It helps you understand their style, their strengths and weakness. Strategy becomes clearly. Smart fighter always analyze. It's part of being elite. Do you study your opponents deeply?
Um, yes, but I know that every time you step into the ring with the fighter, they're a different fighter. So when it comes to me studying my opponents, I study more so what they succeed at. And I study that because that's what I intend to break down in the ring. So if I'm watching my fighter and I like their jab and I like their jab, I figure out how to cut the ring off, most importantly, and take away their jab. I don't want their jab if that's their best attribute.
Your style is amazing, your boxing style. Boxing style is what makes every fighter unique. It's your identity inside the ring. Some fighters are aggressive, others are technical. Some rely on speed, others on power. Style defines how you win fights. It shows your personality, and fans always recognize it. How would you describe your boxing style?
Um, I would describe my style as a fighter who controls the ring. I love controlling the ring. I feel as though if the ring is if I'm controlling the ring, then it's my fight. That's how I feel. There.
Outfighter.
Hmm?
What is your strongest weapon in the ring?
My strongest weapon is my IQ. I see it all. That's my strongest weapon.
Oh, IQ. Fans often see only what's obvious, but real fighters know there is more. Hidden strengths, things people don't expect that would surprise opponents. What do fans underestimate about you?
Mm, I think my personality and the way I communicate. I think they love that.
You have a great IQ, but are you more aggressive or technical?
Um,
Technical.
I'm more technical. I don't think aggression. I personally don't think aggression gets me far because in boxing, our main focus is to hit without getting hit. So me being aggressive, it won't get me there.
Breaking down an opponent is an art. It takes patience and intelligence. You have to read their movements, find the weakness, control the pace, and stay one step ahead. That's high level boxing. How do you break down your opponents?
Um, with me being 24-0, considering that I haven't lost yet, walking into the ring, I know that some of my opponents already have a little doubts. So with me saying that I love being a fighter who controls the ring, I take advantage of that when it's time to fight. And walking into the ring, I use my feints and I use my jab. So once I feel them out with that, I understand where they're going next. Like I figure that out and then I make them pay for it.
And what makes you a dangerous fighter?
What makes me a dangerous fighter is my attitude in the ring. When I walk in the ring, I mean business. I don't come in there to satisfy anybody outside the ring. I come in there to do what I'm supposed to do and get out and come back again and get another win.
I am from Ukraine. Have you heard about Kira Makohonenko?
No, sir. No, sir.
And mental strength is everything. Fights are not only physical, they are psychological battles. Confidence matters, focus matters, control matters. Champions dominate mentally. How do you dominate mentally in the ring?
Um, I dominate mentally in the ring by trying my best to understand what's my opponent next move. By doing that, I feint. I throw them off a little bit with my feet. I use my feet work, but I try to understand my opponents as best as possible.
Every fighter is unique. That's what makes boxing special. Your style, your mindset, your energy. Something separates you from others. That different matters. That's what fans remember. That's your joy. That's your identity. What makes your style unique?
What makes my style unique is my feet work. I feel as though if I move my feet, then my body is going with me and I can't be touched. So in the ring, I stay on my toes and I try to make it hard for my opponents to touch me.
Between fights, fighters must stay sharp. It's easy to lose from. Consistency is key. You need discipline, smart training, mental focus. That's how champions stay ready. How do you stay sharp between fights?
I stay sharp between fights by staying consistent in the gym. I stay in the gym. If I'm not in the gym, I'm working out one on one with myself. Like I'm working out by myself, or I'm studying. I stay studying. So if I'm not at the gym, 9 times out of 10, I'm talking about boxing or I'm watching it.
What do you focus on most in training?
Um, I just want to be faster. I want to be a faster fighter, and I want to be I want to be the stronger fighter in every fight. I feel like me being the faster and the stronger fighter can get me far.
What is your biggest technical improvement, faster, strongest,
Stronger.
preparation is everything. How do you prepare for different styles?
I prepare for different styles by already walking into the ring knowing that this fighter will not be the last fighter or any other fighters that I fought. So when I walk in, I try my best to fill out what I can by their attitude. 9 times out of 10, their breathing and the eye contact. As a fighter, that means a lot. That means a lot.
Different fighters have different preferences. Some love pressure, others prefer countering. Each style has advantages. Each requires different skills. Knowing your strengths is key. That defines your identity. Do you prefer pressure or counterpunching?
Um, Counter punching.
And I wanna talk about your idols. Every fighter grows up watching someone. There is always that one name, that one who inspires you, the one you try to learn from. The fighter shapes your mindset, they influence your style and push you to dream bigger. Who was your boxing idol growing up?
Um, it was definitely Shakur Stevenson. Definitely, always has been Shakur Stevenson. I looked up to him because as a fighter, everything, and I'm gonna be totally honest, everything that they're saying now about him, which is mostly the good things, I've been knew about him, and I've seen it by the sparring clips I used to watch and by his fights. You're definitely a different fighter every time you get in the ring. So watching those, it made me understand that he can do more. He's just not doing more. He's doing what he needs to do in order to win this fight.
Great fighters leave a legacy. Their style, their mentality, their fights, they inspire the next generation. You watch them and learn. You study their moves, you admire their mindset, and sometimes you follow their path. Which fighter inspired you the most? Maybe Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis.
Um, Terrence Crawford. He inspired me the most.
But Terence Crawford, three-time absolute champions,
He's the greatest of all
undefeated,
time.
undisputed.
No doubt, greatest of all time.
Who is your favorite fighter of all time?
My favorite fighter of all time would still be Shakur Stevenson.
What boxing history is full of legendary names. Fighters who changed the sport, who created unforgettable moments. Their impact is still felt today. Every generation looks up to them. They set the standard and define greatness. Which legendary fighters do you respect the most?
Floyd Mayweather.
Oh.
Floyd Mayweather and Muhammad Ali. And Layla Ali.
And what is your favorite fight of all time?
I'll say Bud and Earl Spence.
Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Some fights are more than just fights. They are battles of will. What do you think about Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight?
I I think this. I feel like Canelo wouldn't have looked like that with a different fighter. I feel as though Terrence Crawford made him look as bad as he did because of the fighter that Terrence Crawford is. I don't think no one else can make him look like that.
Dream fights are always exciting. Fans love to imagine them. Fighters too. Different eras, different legends. It's about style matchups, about greatness, and about imagination. What is your dream fight? Any era?
Um, what you mean, like my dream, like who I want to fight against, or like place? Both.
Uh, yes.
I'm gonna be honest. As of right now, I don't have nobody that I'm dreaming to fight. So I really can't tell you. I say anybody quote unquote better than me. So take that how y'all want. But I want to fight in Las Vegas. I want to fight in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena, T-Mobile, or MGM Grand.
Yeah, MGM Grant. Yeah, I want to be there. I want to be there. That's where I want to be. Yeah, that's a dream.
Modern boxing has elite fighters with unique style. Each of them dominates in their own way. Some rely on defense, others on power or IQ. They set the standard for greatness today. Fans study them closely, and fighters learn from them too. What do you think about Shakur Stevenson's style?
I think his style is very underrated. Everybody, as a boxer, and this is where I can definitely say I understand where he's coming from. As a fighter, everybody tell us what they want us to do instead of really thinking about what we can do in a moment. Like watching fights, everybody be like, "You can do this, you can do this, you can do this." But if you were in there, would you be able to do that? No. So I feel as though Shakur Stevenson does what he needs to do. I definitely think he's an underrated fighter.
I want to see fight Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Davis. What do you think about this fight?
I'm a big fan of Tank Davis. So I wouldn't necessarily just say I think Shakur a beat on him, but I genuinely think Shakur Stevenson would outbox him. And that's the point. We are boxers. We aren't fighters. So Tank is definitely a boxer that I can consider a fighter. He fights his way out of the situations that he's in. I feel as though Shakur boxes his way out of those situations, and a fighter against a boxer is going to win.
Gervonta Davis has a perfect timing and very strong punch. Some fighters are known for their intelligence, their ability to adapt, to switch style mid-fight, to dominate any opponent. That's a rare quality. It takes years to master, and very few can do it. How do you rate Terence Crawford as a fighter?
I would rate Terrence Crawford a 10. He's done everything he's needed to do. He has retired with the perfect record. He's somewhere every fighter could only dream to be. So I rate him a 10 out of 10. I don't think there's nothing else he could have done.
He had a lot of cool fights against Israel Madrimov, Canelo Alvarez, Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, great fighter, legendary. But Saul Canelo Alvarez in prime, very cool fighter. What makes Canelo Alvarez so dangerous in your opinion? In
His
prime.
his power. He's strong. I'm talking about he's strong. His power make him different, and he know how to use his power, in my opinion.
I love the Canelo Alvarez knockout Amir Khan.
You want me to rate him?
Yeah.
I'd say I gave him an 8. I like his style. I think he's very sharp. I couldn't tell you what he could work on because I don't know what he go through in his camp, but I rate him an 8.
Defense is an art in boxing. Not everyone can master it. It requires discipline and timing and a very high IQ, very high IQ. Some fighters build entire careers on it. They avoid damage and control every fight. What do you think about Floyd Mayweather Jr. defensive style?
Um, at a point in time, he was the best out there, so it's not too much that I really can say. He's great, and he's exactly who you think he is.
Shakur Stevenson, Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, Floyd Mayweather. Who do you think is the most complete fighter among them?
Terence Crawford.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah, Terence Crawford, because he out the game. Even though Floyd Mayweather is too, he out the game, but it's still people. It's still people that we could have an argument about and say that we feel as though Floyd would have quote unquote lost to, or he still could have fought. I don't think we could say that about anybody with Terence Crawford. I don't think we can say nobody else can beat him. He did exactly what he needed to do. He left when he needed to do, and he took care of himself the way that he needed to.
Styles make fights. Every matchup is different. Some styles cancel each other out. Others create fireworks. That's what makes boxing unpredictable. Fans always imagine dream matchups between the best fighters. Who wins, in your opinion, Terence Crawford versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. in the primary form?
Terence Crawford. IQ is too much. He is too much. As a fighter, he's just too much. And for Mayweather, you can't take nothing from him. Look what he's done. I feel as though Terence Crawford would have been too much work. It would have been a hard fight and definitely a close fight, but I think Terence Crawford would have been the one to pull through with the win.
You undefeated, Terence Crawford undefeated, Floyd undefeated. How hard is it to stay undefeated?
It's very hard to stay undefeated because even walking into fights, I doubt myself because all I think about is what if this is the fight that I supposedly lose, or even while training, like sometimes I feel as though like what if this don't work out how I expect it to? Like what if my next fight don't go how I expect it to, or what if my future itself don't go how I expect it to? So worrying about what's next for me is probably the hardest part about being undefeated because I know I'm only going to get better and my opponents are as well. So knowing that I'm like this, I know that moving forward I have to keep this same attitude.
Greatness is always debated. Fans argue about the best ever. Different eras, different styles, different achievements. There is no one answer, but everyone has an opinion, and that makes boxing exciting. Who do you consider the greatest boxer of all time?
Greatest boxer of all time, Terence Crawford. I might be getting a little biased here. Terence Crawford.
And I wanna talk about your achievements, medals. Uh, In boxing, achievements are everything. They show your level. They show your dedication. You have a great level. Every medal has a story. Every title represents hard work. Nothing comes easy in the sport, and your journey proves that. How important are your medals and achievements to you personally?
Um, my medals and my achievements mean everything to me. I've been athletic my entire life, but if we're being honest, I wouldn't say I've took any sport but boxing serious. I've wanted to do plenty of sports, but none never could catch my attention the way that boxing did. I never won belts before. I never won medals before. I never won trophies before this. So all of this is yeah, I'm doing it, but all of this is still new to me and I cherish every moment.
Winning is never easy, especially at a high level. Every competition is tough. Every opponent is hungry. To win, you need more than skill. You need heart and strong mentality. I see your belts on the wall.
Yes, sir.
Which medal or belt means the most to you?
Um, this one, but is because I won this one. So earlier we talked about this one, but I won this one because I won this one. In my city, we did an award ceremony last year, and with me being the only boxer to come back to our city ranked number one and to win the national, it meant a lot for me and my city. So they had an event and I was the main focus of the event, and they gave us a medal and a trophy and stuff. They put my name on it, and I ain't lost yet, so I have a 100% win streak. Oh, that's the front. I'm sorry, got my name on it and stuff though.
Yes,
That's dope to me.
100%.
Yeah, yes sir.
Tell me please about your red belt. How did you win this belt?
Um, I'm gonna be honest. It's two belts up here. So this
Wow.
one is the same. It's King of the Jungle, and this belt is as well. I won both of those belts from King of the Jungle. The black belt I won from. Okay, I take that back. The red belt I won from just winning. The black belt I won from dominating, and I won fighter of the tournament. I won fighter of the tournament that national, and I was very proud of myself because I didn't expect it. I walked in there with a great attitude. I expected to win, do what I need to do, and get up out of there. So to know that I did more, I'm super proud of myself. I've always wanted fighter of the tournament.
Behind every medal, every belt, there is sacrifice, long training session, hard moments, pain and discipline. Things people don't see. That's what builds champions and earns respect. I respect you. What sacrifices did you make to achieve your success?
I made a lot of sacrifices, whether it was cutting weight, missing out on like activities because I had practice or I had to be out of town because of a fight or supporting my teammates, anything. Um, kept me disciplined. It was hard to do that though, so I feel like it built me as a person. And most importantly, my auntie passing away. It hurt me because I felt as though at the time I was making it seem like boxing was more important. So it changed me as a fighter because I felt like I put that first and I didn't mean to.
Titles are not just wins, they are responsibility. People start to notice you. Expectations grow. Pressure increases. You represent more than yourself. You represent your level, big level. Do you feel pressure after winning multiple titles?
Yes, because yeah, I'm young and I haven't lost, but I know that there's people waiting for me to lose. I know that there's people who want me to lose, and I know that there's people who would be happy to see it. So I know that that's one of the chips I have to carry on my shoulder and keep my head high to continue doing what I'm doing.
Every victory builds confidence. It proves your work is paying off. It pushes you forward. It gives motivation, but it also raises the bar. You must keep improving and stay hungry. How did your victories change your mindset?
Um, my victories changed my mental and it changed my life actually. I knew that when I won once, I wanted to continue doing it. I knew that at the time when I first started boxing. So I focused on that. And when I focused on that, I continued to do that. And mentally, it made me the best fighter I could be.
Recognition is part of success. Fans start to follow you. People talk about you. Your name becomes known. It brings opportunities, but also responsibility and expectations. How do you feel about the recognition you are getting now?
I've always wanted to be the spotlight, and boxing does just that thing. I don't know how to explain it, but it brings tears of joy to me a lot to know that I actually have a fan base. And at the age of 15 years old, it's crazy to say, but I actually inspire people. So that right there, it lets me know that I have to be a good person inside and outside the ring. I actually have others looking up to me, whether they're older than me or not.
Every champion remembers their first big win. First big win. That moment is special. It gives belief. It changes everything. It shows what's possible and starts something bigger. A real journey. Do you remember your first major achievement?
My first major achievement was this. I won the all women's national, but it was my first national ever, and it was the first women's all women's national ever. So it was in my city, and I live in Toledo, Ohio, which where it that's where it was. And to know that my first national will be there, and it's the first ever all women's national, I knew that I had to make a statement, and I did.
Achievement build legacy. They define your career. They tell your story. Fans remember champions. They remember winners. They remember greatness. And that's what matters.
Yes,
What
sir.
kind of legacy do you want your achievements to leave?
Um, I want to leave a legacy and a footprint. I want my name to forever live on. I don't want my name to be just for boxing. I want to be bigger than boxing. So I want the young that's most importantly younger ones. I want the younger ones to believe in me and trust what I'm doing and believe that they can do it as well. Especially the ones that I'm around every day because that we all do the same thing. And if we don't do the same thing, at least we're supposed to all be doing the same thing. So if we all on the same schedule, there's no way you can't do what I'm doing. There's no way you can. And I want them to understand that.
The Olympic Games are the biggest stage in amateur boxing. It's every amateur fighter's dream. Representing your country is an honor. United States of America is one of the greatest countries of all time. The pressure is huge, but so is the glory. It's history in the making, and only the best get there. Do you dream about fighting at the Olympic Games?
Yes, I feel like as an amateur boxer, every fighter should dream of that. That's definitely a dream and a goal that I have, and I'm willing to achieve that by any means.
Representing your country is something special. It's bigger than boxing. It's pride. It's responsibility. It's about your people, your flag, your identity. What would it mean to represent your country at the Olympics?
It'll mean a lot to me knowing that I'm doing it for more than just me. I wouldn't be doing it for my team or just my city. Would be for way much more, way more.
The Olympic path is not easy. It requires discipline and sacrifice. Years of preparation, many years, strong competition, mental strength. Only the strongest survive, only the best win. How are you preparing for a possible Olympic journey?
Um, Listening and believing in my coach. I believe that my coach can take me as far as I need to be and farther. I feel as though I have the best support team, and that gets me farther than a lot of people. It helps me mentally, physically, and emotionally. But my coach is my why. It's my coach.
Tell me please about your coach.
My coach is Lamar Wright. He has multiple national champions. He's in the Hall of Fame, and he's a great man in general. He has impacted my life tremendously, and I guarantee you that a lot a lot of other kids can't say that. He has healed me and he has helped me in a short period of time. He has built me into a person, and not only a person but a fighter that I want to be.
What is your coach's most valuable advice?
Um when you get in your bag, they can't beat you. And it sounds small, but it's a deeper meaning behind it. And I say that because I've been through hell and back with my coach in a short period of time. So with him knowing that I need him and me knowing that he's there every time is something that I needed in my life, and it got me farther as a fighter.
At some point, every fighter faces a decision: stay amateur or turn professional. It's a big step. It changes everything. New challenges, new level, new opportunities. Are you thinking about turning professional?
I'm 100% going to turn professional, 1,000% actually. Yes, sir.
Professional boxing is a different world. Longer fights, 12 rounds, different pace, more strategy, bigger audience, bigger pressure, bigger rewards. When do you think the right time to turn pro is?
For me or in general?
Yes, for you.
I personally think that that's a conversation I would allow my coach to come to me first about. That's not something that I'm willing to rush. That's not a process that I'm willing to rush because once I can turn pro, I can turn pro. I don't have to do anything else. So I feel as though once my coach see me ready, since I feel like he sees me, I feel like then we can start having the conversations and proceed from there. But I think that I'll personally need a couple more years.
Some fighters change Olympic gold, others go straight to the pro. Both paths are great, but they are very different. Each has its own risks and its own rewards. It's a personal choice. Would you prefer Olympic gold or a professional world title?
Professional world title.
Oh, why?
Because Uh, if I'm not mistaken, Olympics, the Olympics is only for amateur fighters, right?
Yes.
I don't want it to stop there. And with the kind of fighter that I am, with the title like that, I probably feel like I'm completed. And I'm just being totally honest. I probably feel like I'm gonna be completed there. But with the world title, I know it'd be more to do because it's not just one world titles; it's multiple.
You already have a great achievements, unbeatable, undefeated. Planning your career is important. You need vision, you need strategy, step-by-step progression, right fights, right decisions. That's how champions are built. Do you have a long-term career plan?
Yes, sir. As of right now, I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing and more. Um, Around the time that I graduate, I want to do trade school for culinary, but keep boxing. I want boxing. So I know that I'll have to prioritize it more. And I'm willing to do that. And after that we turn it pro. And it's up from there. I don't think I'm eligible for the 2028 Olympics because I don't think I'm eligible. I don't think I'll be the right age. So if I am, then I'm there. But if not, I'm looking forward to bigger and better things.
The future of boxing is always changing. New stars are rising, new names are coming, competition is getting stronger. It's a new era, and you are part of it. That's exciting. How do you see your place in the future of boxing?
Um, I see me leaving a footprint. I want to be bigger than boxing, and I think that's something that I can do with the personality and attitude that I have. Um, I just want to be a great person, and I want to touch everybody. So I think that with me boxing, I think that's only going to be the start of what I can do with my life.
Fear is part of the journey, but champions control it. They face challenges, they take risks, they believe in themselves. That's what makes them different. That's what makes them great. Are you afraid of anything in your boxing future?
I'm scared of not doing everything I'm telling you I want to do.
Uh, What it is?
Um, I'm scared to prove everybody right. I know that I'm young, but I have a lot of weight on my shoulders and I carry a lot of weight on my shoulders every day, whether it's the image that I have to carry the the way I have to protect myself. And what I mean by that is there's eyes everywhere. Everywhere I go, someone's watching me. And with boxing being so big and worldwide, that even when I leave my city, I see people and I run into people that know me. And that's amazing. That's an amazing feeling to know that I've only been boxing for 4 years and that has happened within 4 years. So to know that I did that in 4 years, I can't wait to see what's next. And I'm just scared for all of that not to happen.
Okay, every fighter looks ahead. What are your main goals for the future?
My main goal for the future is to satisfy my mother. I don't want my mom to feel as though she wanted more than me, especially not right now, because everything that we doing right now is for the future. None of this is for now. I'm not working for now. I'm working for later. So I want that. I want that all to matter later. I don't want none of this to just be a memory. I want it to be. I want it to be a story. I want it to be a book. I want it to be a movie. I want it to be reality.
As someone from Ukraine, boxing means a lot to me. We have a proud boxing history. Our fighters are known all over the world. They represent skill, discipline, and heart. Two names stand out globally. They inspired millions of fans and they changed boxing. As a fighter, what do you think about Vasily Lomachenko's boxing style?
He's amazing. He's amazing. He's sharp, he's fast, and he definitely controls the ring. I like that.
Matrix.
Um,
Do you think Vasily Lomachenko is one of the most technical fighters ever?
yeah. Yeah, I definitely think he up there for sure. He up there, yeah.
Heavyweight boxing is always in the spotlight. That's where the biggest fights happen, the biggest names, the biggest moments. And one Ukrainian dominates there. He proved himself at every level and made history. What do you think about Alexander Usyk as a heavyweight champion?
Um, I think he's amazing. I think that he does what he needs to do, and when he needs to do more, he does more, and I like that.
Uh, He has the same record as you, 24-0.
That's dope. That makes me even more proud of myself because knowing that is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Shakur Stevenson right now he does as well. So that makes me very proud of myself to know that even though it's two different levels, I'm somewhere. I'm somewhere, and not a lot of fighters, not even a lot of amateur fighters can say that. Hey, I've won 24 fights in a row and haven't lost yet, or I've won 24 straight and didn't lose between those because you don't necessarily have to be 24 no to be great, but have you won 24 fights in a row and haven't lost at all? Not too many people can say that, and if we being honest, I think that I will be the most disciplined person to say that.
And what is your message to Ukrainian boxing fans?
Keep doing what y'all doing. Continue to what's the word? Encourage me. I'm sorry. Encourage me and motivate me to be a better fighter. And y'all styles, I see it. I like it. So I appreciate that. So I appreciate what y'all doing for us. And I just want everybody to keep it up.
Thanks a lot. And final question. This journey is more than just boxing. It's about sacrifice, discipline, and belief. It's about the moments when nobody sees the work you put in. The early mornings, the hard training session, the pain, the pressure, and the expectations.
Yeah.
It's about proving yourself over and over again, about staying undefeated, not just in record, but in mindset. You've already achieved so much, an undefeated record, multiple national titles, and respect in the sport. But the real question is about legacy, about what remains when everything is said and done. Because belts fade, records get broken, and greatness is remembered forever. And true champions are defined not only by wins, but their impact on people and the sport. At the end of your journey, when your career is over, what do you want people to say about Shi'ayr Harris, not just as a fighter, but as a person and a legacy in boxing?
Um, I want to be known as a great person. I don't really care for the proving the points and trying to make myself bigger than what I am. I just want to be a good person so I can walk away from every situation in life and know that I've done right. So with that being said, I want everybody to know me as a great person. I don't want to be a bad person in everybody's eyes, even though you can't satisfy everyone. I try my best though.
Thank you for this interview. It was truly an honor. We appreciate your time, your openness, and your champion mindset. Wishing you nothing but greatness in your journey ahead.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. God bless you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.